Energy medicine is something we're very interested in here at Healing Quest.
Well, we like the fact that it can help us avoid things like pharmaceutical drugs and invasive surgery, and also give us more control over our own health.
And that's exactly the goal of a trailblazing physician you're about to meet.
Dr. Jerry Tenant doesn't look like a revolutionary until you hear what he has to say about a radically different approach to health and wellness. He's talking about energy medicine.
It empowers each of us to take control of our health and keep ourselves well.
For more than 30 years, Dr. Tenant was one of the nation's top eye surgeons. He holds numerous patents on surgical instruments and other medical devices, and he did much of the basic research into the laser that's now used in LASIK surgery. But in 1995, a bout with encephalitis left him unable to work and incapacitated for most of the day.
The best doctors I could find said, well, you have 3 viruses in your brain. We don't know what to do about it, so good luck. So I began to read cellular biology books to see if I could figure out how to make things work again.
Jerry Tenant's healing quest led him to conclude that his basic problem was a lack of voltage or energy at the cellular level.
If I didn't correct the energy of my body, I'd never get well because I couldn't make new cells. Chronic disease occurs when we lose the ability to make new cells at work. And one of the bases of making new cells is having enough voltage to do it.
Dr. Tenant was able to restore proper voltage to his cells and make a complete recovery, and that in turn led him to focus on energy medicine.
Energy medicine is the oldest form of medicine. The oldest medical books we have are 5,000 years old, and they speak of acupuncture in China and Ayurvedic medicine in Tibet. And of course, some younger books are from Egypt. And it recognizes that everything that happens in the universe is about energy.
One result of Dr. Tenant's research was a book called Healing is Voltage, describing his findings in detail. Another result was the development of a device to measure energy at the cellular level and add voltage where it's needed. The biomodulator uses acupuncture meridians, which Dr. Tenant calls bioterminals, to deliver microcurrents to organs where the voltage is low.
What you're trying to do is to get electron transfer from the device down to the acupuncture wires under the skin.
The device has a number of attachments and has FDA acceptance for treating chronic, post-traumatic, or post-surgical pain. Success has also been reported in reversing macular degeneration. In Irving, Texas, Freda Benton says Dr. Tenant's energy medicine changed her life.
I was an environmental engineer for almost 20 years. I had my own environmental company, and which involved doing inspections on old buildings. Of course, obviously, you get into a lot of nasty situations and other environmental chemicals or whatnot. And then in November of 2007, my husband and I had taken our 2 young boys to Carlsbad Cavern, and I began experiencing terrible headaches. I thought I had a sinus infection. The next morning I woke up and I couldn't see anything. I had lost all my vision entirely. I had 2 surgeries, 7 injections in my eye for almost a year, and my sight just never returned. It was just continually getting worse. And so a friend of mine suggested that she take me to her doctor, Dr. Tenant. He began giving me treatment with the biomodulator and other energy. He explained his principle, which was basically that your body is a big battery and it needs to be charged. And it just made total sense to me after I started. And within a month, I was able to start seeing. And I've been able to see now, not as good as I did beforehand, but I mean, after all, I had 3 or 4 surgeries and 7 injections in my eyes. But at least I can now read and I can drive. And, I make my own websites and I don't have any problems.
Maxie McFadden came to Dr. Tenant for help with healing a broken bone.
I broke my 5th metatarsal on my left foot. I twisted it and resulted in broken foot. And so I had the transducer and the biomodulator, and I was able to use that to help it heal. The first doctor that I saw wanted to do surgery and put a pin in, or screw, and I didn't want to do that. So I was able to heal it just perfectly with the transducer and the biomodulator and the soreness oil, and I didn't have to take any pain medications.
It's imperative that each person begin to take responsibility for themselves, and by simply making better, educated, informed choices on what we put into our bodies, namely in the way of food and water, and by having the ability to understand a different paradigm that we can measure the voltage in our body and determine which organs are beginning to have problems making new cells to repair themselves, we have the ability then to take control of our own future and our health in a very inexpensive way. With all of our resources, we should be the happiest, healthiest people on the planet, and we're not, but we could be.